Standing Simmer here today, and welcome back to the channel for another build in The Sims 4. Guys, this is another build for my Building Up Windenburg series. I think that's what I'm calling it. Yes, Building Up Windenburg. I just temporarily forgot the name of my own build series. It's okay. But this is a starter home, actually, which is really cool because we haven't yet done a starter home for this challenge. I say challenge for this build save, whatever. I do kind of plan to budget restrict myself a little bit on some of the lots, at least, not on all. I really want to make sure that I can include a variety of different lots because I know that not all players choose to cheat their way into homes when they first start playing the game. In fact, I tend to want to let my Sims build up their money and things like that. So starting in a starter home is ideal for that. So I definitely wanted to make sure that there was at least one in this save. I'm not going to promise another one necessarily. We'll just kind of see, you know, what comes up when we get there. But for right now, this is the first starter home, I guess you could say, for this build save. And it is, I think I'm going to call it an actual starter or a true starter home or something along those lines, because it literally is exactly the budget that you would expect it to be, considering it's a starter for one sim. So guys, it didn't take me too awful long to put this together. I actually built it last week when I was getting ready to go to work. I got ready for work. I guess I had woken up early or something that morning. I don't quite remember at this point, but I woke up a little early, I think, and then got ready in plenty of time and then had some extra time on my hands and had already kind of been thinking about putting together a starter anyway. And so I opened up my game really quickly and then just built this in less than an hour, and I really like the way that it turned out. I think it's a really nice addition to the save. Now, being that it is a starter home, it is a little limited on space and also on actual items. I mean, that's kind of to be expected. However, the way that I tend to look at my starter homes is I want them to look as good as possible. I really am I guess you could say I'm really focused on the aesthetic of like, I guess that's just what I'm focused on, is the aesthetic. I really like it to look nice, even though it's a starter home, but at the same time, I also like it to have a certain amount of functional items. So, you know, we kind of work with this glass roof to kind of set it apart a little bit. There are some steel building items inside. It still looks, you know, fairly well furnished, even though it's a very inexpensive build. So that's kind of what I was going for in this build. I definitely wanted it to still look nice, but yet fall in the budget of a starter. So I played around with a couple of different things in this. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. You'll notice that while there's a little bit more room left on the lot by the time it's all said and done, we don't completely fill it up or anything like that. I don't even end up with enough money to put a fence in or anything along those lines, which was kind of a shame. I do like to kind of rope my lots off in that way, and then fill the lots with trees as well, because it ends up looking really nice that way in the map view. But alas, we weren't able to do that on this one. But again, considering the amount of items I was able to fit inside and the fact that we didn't necessarily have to use all of the cheapest items is really kind of what I consider to be a success in this case. So you'll see, guys, that we're here in kind of the bathroom area right now, and while we are using the cheapest toilet and one of the cheapest sinks, I don't think that that's exactly the cheapest sink, but it's close. We did get like a sort of like secondhand looking shower. Again, not the cheapest, but a cheap one at the same time. However, when it comes to decorating things like the kitchen, I didn't have to use the cheapest stove, fridge, or countertops, which is really cool. Again, I just like them to look nice. I like these starter homes to look really good. I kind of like face a conundrum when it comes to watching other starter homes being built on YouTube, because either they look like amazing from the outside and then they have like 3 twig pieces of furniture on the inside, or they're just like fully furnished with like these super expensive items but lacking in other departments, like I said, with having to use the cheapest items and things like that. And so when it comes to starter homes, I really try to strike a balance. I like to make sure, once again, that they look nice, but that they're also like your stove isn't gonna break or catch on fire every single time you cook on it, kind of a thing. That's typically kind of what I tend to go for, at least. So anyways, I hope that you guys are all doing really well today. I'm super excited to be sharing this video with you. And let's see, I think this is gonna go up on a Tuesday, so I hope that if you're watching this anywhere around the day where it goes up, that you guys had an amazing weekend this last weekend. If you think to do it, leave me a comment down in the comment section just to let me know what you did this weekend, or maybe what you're looking forward to for this upcoming week. I don't know yet what I'm going to be doing this week, because I'm actually recording this the weekend before, but I imagine it's going to be a lot of the same, probably quite a bit of working, all that kind of stuff, you know, adulting, oh so fun. But I don't know, it's been a really good couple of weeks here as my life life has kind of started to settle down a little bit again, which has been really, really nice. And I'm looking forward to, you know, continuing to create content specifically for this build save. I'm so inspired to build here recently, simply because I have a project like this to work on. I don't know, it's really kind of like giving me the kick that I need to really buckle down and get a lot of building done, which is really, really cool. I don't necessarily feel like I was completely lacking inspiration before, but I was definitely, I definitely feel like there were times when I was kind of grinding to a halt when it came to building. And once again, now that I have a project to work on, like a dedicated project, I'm super excited to be building. So in addition to this build, I already have started 3 builds I just said the word or the phrase in addition to twice, but aside from this build, there are like 3 other lots that I'm working on right now, which is really cool. I've got a community lot in the works that I'm super excited about if it all kind of comes together. And then a couple of family homes as well, which once again, very excited to share with you guys. I'm hoping that one of them will definitely be ready to be shared by the end of this week. So hopefully a little later in the week, maybe a couple of days from now, we'll have another speed build up on the channel. That's at least what I'm aiming for at the moment, but you know, may or may not happen. We'll kind of have to see how it goes. But yeah, I'm really very pleased. I can't say this enough, but I'm very pleased with how this is all turning out. So guys, this was actually built prior to the amazing patch that we had here this last week that was dropped by The Sims. And obviously they did the live stream and everything surrounding it as well. But essentially, so we had this amazing set of kind of Caribbean inspired items that was dropped into The Sims for the base game. So if by chance you haven't already updated your game, then definitely go and do that, because to the best of my knowledge, there aren't a ton of bugs or anything crazy that's come with this, because I have played the game for a couple of days since the patch. But at the same time, we got all these amazing new items too. So, but since this build was built prior to that patch having dropped, then there are none of those new items in this build. So don't be looking for that really cute little like palm plant or anything, none of the amazing new wallpaper or anything like that. But all in all, I still really like the way that it turned out, and I'm excited to be using some of that new stuff in upcoming builds for this save as well. I think it's gonna be really, really cool. So here, ever so quickly, I imagined a single sim to be living in this, although the house could technically accommodate 2 people. I was thinking someone who is maybe like maybe in the tech guru career or the social media career, something like that, because I managed to get them a really nice computer into there as well. And so I was kind of thinking that the home would be for that sort of person when I was putting it together, but obviously you can put whoever you want to in this house. I think as far as skill building items go, in addition to the mirror for charisma and the cooking stuff for the culinary career, there is also the little bonsai bush thing in the bedroom, so you could work on a little bit of gardening that way too before you get like your seeds and all that kind of stuff for actual gardening. And I'm sure that there are a couple other skill building items in there that I've kind of missed, but that's pretty much the build, guys. So we're moving on to the screenshots here in just a second, and I really hope you enjoyed the build. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you're having the best of days, and I will see you very soon. Bye!